Hello and heartily welcome to AXEL BURKART TV. Nice to be with you again, and I will start with the first video in this autumn about what is going on, about this big world crisis we have, and what is the solution and what you and I and we can do for that to create a better world. Today we have September 11, 2018, 9/11. And that's the reason why I start with the series today, because this day changed the world, you know it. From that time on, many new wars came. The reduction of civil rights came. The Big Brother theme came. And we see all over the world terrorism. And we have to ask, what is behind that? And where is the solution? Now in America, you have a new president, which is so much attacked from all sides. And the people tell that he will destroy the liberal order which we had after the Second World War. Is it that really? And if Mr. Trump is doing like that in his way, however you want to judge it, what is he destroying? Look, after the Second World War, we in Europe, and also you in America, we had no wars again. And that's why we say for 70 years we had peace. But this is an egoistic view, because all over the world, we had the Cold War. We had a big fear because of atom bombs, because of an atom war. You had, in America and all over the world, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, so many wars all over the world. And it was also the CIA and other organizations who created these wars. We know it. So the question is, if America has really played the role of the world police or not, or if they did the contrary. So we had a new order, but this new order was up to many wars all over the world. So it was not really a peaceful world. So what order should be given up? If Mr. Trump, if they say he will destroy this order, this international order, maybe we need really a new international order. Maybe it's good that he's there, that he's bringing this all upside down. Maybe it's good. We will see in the future, because this old order has not brought world peace. So we are fighting all over the world with a big crisis, and the question is, what is going on and what can we really do? In the United States of America, now today, we have the situation that the country is nearly going up to a new civil war. It would be crazy. But all the people see that something is going wrong, that a few people becoming richer and richer and richer, and more people becoming poorer, poorer and poorer. Something is going completely differently wrong. And therefore we have to ask the question, what is the basis, what is the ground? What is really the cause for that? And this I will tell you. And I will tell you where the real roots for all these problems are. And these roots you will not find in the material world, but you can only find them in the spiritual world. We just have to think about that. And this will be the message of hope, the message of positivity, the message of optimism, and the message of how to overcome fear. You only can overcome fear if you find your anchor, if you find a real basis in you. You will never find it in the outside world. And this will be the topic of all these videos. What is behind this material world? And this given in a scientific way. This will be the topic of this series. Then we will ask, how can we resolve this crisis? Do we have a real human future? What is to do for that? How can we resolve the social problems, the problems of poverty, and so on? And we will find that we can only resolve it if we really start thinking in a completely new way, in a completely spiritual way, in a scientific, spiritual way. And therefore the first question which we have to ask is, everybody has to ask himself, and you are doing that, I'm doing it maybe very often. Who am I? What am I? This is the main question. Because there must be a cause for the crisis. And the cause must lie in some mental thinking, some wrong mental thinking. So the question is, how does it come then we think so wrongly? What is the basis behind that? Which forces are there? Maybe which spirits, or whatever you can call them, which powers? Therefore, about that we have to talk. And the first question, and this is the question which is the main question for me, for the whole world, is the question, who am I? What are you as a human being? Because today we have a world of materialism. What does it mean, materialism? It means that the people think they are only a biological machine, that they are not a spirit, not a divine being, not a spiritual being, not children of a real God. They think that they only exist as a body. And this we call materialism, not the straining for money and these things, but the thinking that there is no spiritual world, the thinking that only a material world exists, and the human being is only a material being. This is the main cause for all our problems. Think about it, because if once we think that we are only a biological being, only that body, and no spirit in that, what does it actually mean? It means that we are thinking we are a biological machine, nothing else. A biological machine. Think about that. Maybe you will not think like that, that you are religious or even already a spiritual thinking person. But so many, especially in the universities, in the academic world, in neuroscience, more and more they think we are only a body. We are only a material body. So that means in the consequence, we think and they think we are biological machines. And now the question comes, if we are biological machines, then we ask, oh, how do you take care of a machine? What do you do with a machine? How do you handle a machine? Yeah, of course, as a machine, but not as a human being. What is the dignity, if the people think like that? What is the dignity of us as human beings if they tell you, if they tell me, or they think that you are a machine? Take that picture. What are we doing with machines? There must be some operator. No machine can run by itself. Once you think that you are a biological machine, then in the consequence, very logically, very scientifically, you must think that there must be an outside operator. And that's what they want, that you think like that. Because then you can be operated. Then you can be manipulated. Then the power forces won't exactly have you like that. That you are a machine and you can be operated. In your job, you are a machine and you have to function as a machine for the business, for the money, for the shareholder value. And your kids, your children in the schools, what do they have to do? They have to function All the trainings is directed in that, to that goal. They have to function because they are machines. And so we are producing machines for the material world, for the business world, or machines for the political world. We all have to function. We have to function as children, as parents, as teachers, and we don't ask who want us to act as a machine. Please think about that. Just think about it very logically. Then you will find, maybe as me too, that this thinking is the main cause for all our problems. Because we handle all human beings in that way as machines. But are we that? Do you feel that you are a machine? I will tell you what I think about you, what you are, what I am are, what human beings are. We are divine beings, we are spiritual beings. We are children of God or gods or whatever we call them. You are a divine spiritual being and this is your dignity. And they all want to take you off of that dignity. They rob that dignity from you. They tell you, you are a machine, and I tell you, you are a divine, spiritual and very powerful being. And no one in the world should operate you. You should operate yourself. You should become and be a real free human being, a real free being. And this you can only be if you are not a machine. Please think about that. This will be the main message of that first video. And then we will go on and see what we really are as spiritual beings and how we can create a world if we accept that dignity. I thank you so much. I'm happy to see you again in the next video. Your Axel.